What's up, everybody? I'm solo dolo right now. TJ, TJ is in Memphis, uh, helping with his dad's prep school. Yeah, and they had a game tonight, and man, they're like game went late, and then they're trying to get home, and I don't know, they got all these logistical issues, so he's stressed right now. But I'm gonna just sit here and chat with you good people. So I might need some help on the comments, but I might just kind of start rifling off some thoughts here. First and foremost, always good to win. I think we talk about that a lot in our episodes when TJ and I are chatting together. But here we go. We got our first comment from Kakalaki Coog. What a great name, by the way. Encouraging spark from the bench tonight. That is 100% one of my thoughts. We had 36 off the bench. Um, I've been saying it now for a while. If you watch post game, it's been a point of, I don't know. I don't want to say emphasis, but it has been on our whiteboard. We've discussed it quite a bit. Is this whole bench thing and trying to figure out, man, yeah, trying to figure out how we can get the most production out of them and who's going to step up to the plate. And then, after the Clemson game, I kept saying, like, uh, I want to see Russ shoot like 20 threes in the next 4 games or more, right? Like 25 threes. I just want to see him start firing off. And he did get a couple off, or at least one. I need to look at maybe I'll look at the final stats. I can only picture one in my mind. Um, but he still didn't let him fly. He didn't play a ton either. Um, but yeah, I mean, Kakalaki Coog just followed up with this thought, hoping Kostic can keep it going. Also love Mboop's energy and effort. I feel like Mboop has established himself as a very valuable piece in the last month or so. Like he's going to come in there, give you 18 minutes and get 6 boards, which, a board every 3 minutes is really, really solid. So I think it's like you have the five, and the five are crushing it. They're scoring 96% of our points in the last bunch of games, which is incredible. And they are true college stars. Um, and then you know that you have a sixth guy, right? Like I feel like that is established with Mboop. Let's see what he did tonight. He finished with 12 points, which I think is a season high. 18 minutes. It's like always 16 to 18 minutes, but now he had 10 rebounds. I mean, 18 minutes getting a double double. I know it's UC Riverside. They're not the greatest team in America, but we did what we were supposed to do against them, and those guys came in and did what they were supposed to do against them. So, and Boop getting 12 and 10, I feel like it's safe to say, like, all right, we've got a sixth guy, right? Like you have the big three. You know where you're getting out of them. You know where you're getting out of Kaba, who I put out there that I think he's the greatest athlete that BYU has ever seen. It was met with immediate, um, counters, but one of which was saying I was more athletic than him, or I could jump higher. I shouldn't say more athletic, but that I could jump higher, which I appreciate Tony Jones for that comment, but it is simply not true. And nor was it what I was looking for when I posted that. I know that's hard to believe. If TJ was here, he'd be razzing me up about that. But yeah, I mean, Mboop came in, had 12 points, 10 rebounds in just 18 minutes. We just know Will Brandon, my dog, right there, Mika way more athletic. Definitely not today. That is the way you phrased it makes it sound like it's today. That's not reality. Um, but you have a sixth guy. I like keep going down these dumb tunnels, but these rabbit holes, not tunnels. But like you have a sixth guy. You have him Boop. I feel really good with him out there, right? Like he's not perfect, nobody is, but like he's going to go out there, give consistent energy and effort. He's going to give you a rebound every 2 or 3 minutes, which is incredible. He's a good defender. He's a good enough defender that he can switch a little bit. It seems like he's talking. It seems like he just cares about winning, and great athlete, great size, solid. Kostic kind of to me poked his head out a little bit tonight. Not a little bit, a lot of it, right? Like you knock down 5 threes in a row. It doesn't matter if it's against Riverside or not. Like the idea is we need people to spread the floor and make shots that will be maybe not like wide open, but good looks, right? Like that is what the other guys that are out there bring. Sorry, my hat is like for some reason I'm feeling hot, but the other guys bring open looks. They bring so much attention to the paint. I mean, TJ says this all the time. Like we're pretty sure Rob Wright can get 2 feet in the paint every single possession that he wants to. I mean, it's unbelievable, right? And and then AJ goes without saying, just unreal. And then Richie, right? You have all this offensive attention, and so you just have to make open shots. So it doesn't matter if it's Riverside or if it's UConn. You're gonna get similar looks, and him coming out there and splashing 5 in a row. I really that fifth one was so nice. Nice. You have Xavier set the step up screen, and then he kind of slices in a little bit, raises with the defender recovering, and hits it. Crowd, got a little bit of life there. It's tough to be so excited when you're up by a million, but I thought it looked really good. I hadn't seen that up to this point, and so I'd just been pushing like Russ, and I still think there's a chance for Russ, but like these next 3 games are critical for those guys to find their rhythm, and it's amazing that quickly you can establish yourself as a piece, right? So, I mean, look, it was one game. It was a game that you won by 50, but I think that Kostic really found some rhythm and created potentially a little bit of separation, right? So you got the main five, you've got Boop, who I trust to go in there. I'm kind of getting there with Kostic. Like already, I thought it looked really, really good. All we need is that quick little spark for him to have the confidence to go in and understand. And he knows what his role is. So when the role that has been understood comes together with the confidence and the actual reps and seeing the ball go through the hoop like that is why I'm like, okay, there's some momentum here, right? Like he could be that seventh guy that we feel really, really good about, right? Like obviously Dawson was in there. Now he's not. So we're trying to rebuild like who is that core going to be? Diamande, I think, has showed a lot of promise. I think Boscovich, obviously, part of big wins, big games last year, and has had his moments this year too. So, need from. I mean, honestly, it's like as I'm looking through this, it's like there is no either Kostic or Russ, right? Like we need them both. We just don't have that many guys. We don't have that many guys. And so we need them both. I should know this, but I was in a group chat saying that the big fella, the big Egyptian cat that's coming from the G League is going to play the second half of the season. I don't know if that's true. That is completely news to me. So if one of you guys out there listening knows that to be true, you got some inside scoop, or if Justin Young is listening with his burner account, then please let me know. But that would be big, I think, just because Keba is Superman. And I really like us playing small ball. I don't think Xavier is in the plans for this year. But he'll get minutes, and they want him to develop in game, not just in practice. But I don't think that's the plan right now, right? Like he's a bit of a project. I think next year he could already be a monster. You just got to add to his frame and give him a little bit more feel. But yeah, I like going small with Boscovich and Hadim, and shoot, even if we have to put AJ at the 5, like, and you could probably make some things work. But I'm just watching Gonzaga right here, and it's like you got to play Gonzaga with just like length everywhere, just like we have. You want a true big. So I don't know. And Kakalaki Coog is absolutely crushing it tonight. Said Robbie McCombs reported he's eligible on December 18th, and that he thinks the plan is the plan. So I told Robbie to join the post game live. He said he's putting kids down, which I don't know. He's tweeting at a high clip, to be putting kids down. I'm not sure. not sure you should be tweeting that much, Robbie, if what you told me is true. No, I'm just kidding. Um, that's going to help, right? But again, it's again, rabbit holes. When I'm talking about myself, I'm just going to go down rabbit holes. Like, um, there is no Kostic versus Russ, right? Like, I know they're kind of similar expectations, but they aren't the same player. Like, I think Russ brings a lot on the defensive end that I still haven't seen from Kostic, and you're just going to need both, right? Like, the life happens. The season ebbs and flows, and there's good and bad and up and downs. There's foul trouble. There's nicks and bumps and bruises, and you need everybody. So it was great to see Kostic take a couple steps forward. It was great to see Boscovich and Russ and Staten and McGregor and Diamande all out there at some point tonight. Just because reps are reps. So it's going to be important to get a bunch of reps for all these guys. Just texting TJ. All right, go back to my notes. I tweeted this. I'm basically just going to run through some of the tweets I had. Also, if you have other thoughts, put it in the chat because TJ is abandoning me. John says hi. What's up, John? It's what I need right now. Some chatter in the group chat. Can I display this? Look at this. What's up, John? That's my guy right there. I need to show some love to Kakalaki Coog because he or she, I don't know. For some reason, I read Kakalaki and think woman. That is nothing other than a name. I think Kakalaki, I think maybe like a cackling witch. And so I think and then Will Brandon, gotta shout you out. That looks like an AI generated photo. But it could be me as a burner. Could be Justin Young. Oh, Kakalaki Coog said it. Love it. Love it. Love you, apparently. Okay. Yeah, as I mentioned, throw yourself in there. If you're watching right now, you're a real one. I'm gonna read through some of the notes I had. I'm gonna keep going. That's another way to say North Carolina. I'm not following. Man, the Marriott Center is ready to pop. That's like one of my notes. I tweeted about it. Like, you can just feel like we kind of feel not into some of these bye games. Like, we've had fun games. UConn and Boston was unbelievable. Wisconsin and the Delta Center was unbelievable. North Carolina and the Delta Center was unbelievable. We haven't really had like a big juicy one in the Marriott Center, right? So when we get to conference play, I think that place is going to explode because they've kind of all been bye games up to this point. I know our first one's against Kansas State, who's good. But Robbie McComb, speaking of Robbie, he's just a hot topic tonight. I think he tweeted that the stars are aligning. It's been like 10 years to the day or something. And we are favored in every single game up to that Arizona game. So is Arizona. Man, that place is it could be that Monday special top 5 matchup, which would be unbelievable. But regardless, I think before then, because that's not for a little while, that place is ready to explode because we've just kind of handled business. We've handled business, and people's expectations have been for the most part met, if not beaten. And so I think that place is ready to pop. You can just kind of feel the energy. Like, people want to. It's like that they missed the free throws for the Chick-fil-A and the place went freaking wild. Like, we're just waiting for something that's not just like, oh yeah, we're beating the brakes off of these guys, and the line was 35, we're beating them by 55. Like, it's a good problem to have, right? To be bored a little bit, but I'm excited for those games, right? AJ is unbelievable. I mean, what was it, like 26, 8, 7, and 5 or something like that? It's just ridiculous. Like, again, the main notes that I take, I usually tweet. Like, those are the big kind of thoughts that are kind of summarize everything that I'm thinking. They said, "Why is the camera zoomed in like that?" I think it's because you're watching on YouTube. I'm actually not even sure how that works. Um, maybe that's a little bit better. It's not great, but at 818 Mex, the view I have, just so you know, the view I have is what is being seen on Twitter. So um, what I see looks amazing. Maybe jump over to Twitter. But AJ, I mean, AJ's unbelievable. Like I tweeted, like it's his world and Riverside, and really everybody we've been playing is just living in it. Like he's so patient, he's so skilled. It's like um, every single shot that he takes, like I just know is going in, right? Like or it's just giving, or I just know it's a great shot, right? Like it's almost never forced. I think I said this after last post game, but like first half against UConn was really the only time I've seen him frazzled or rush anything, right? Like he's just so composed. He takes his time on everything. He really does. He just makes the right pass every single time. And at his age, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And he's starting to dial in the alley oops. Like he's been throwing those now. He got one to him boop. I know it wasn't the greatest pass ever, but like he's sharing the ball 26, 8, 7, and 5 is absurd. I don't care where in Ken Palm that UC Riverside is. Like he's playing at a very, very high level. Kakalaki jumping in here said, I know it's only UC Riverside, but move and it's like we as fans, we become so spoiled. We're so accustomed to like, I don't know, we start hearing how coaches talk about games and we have to think about games that way or whatever. But like we can't even say like just UC Riverside, right? Like, I don't know. I know I've been saying it too, so I need to be better, but it's like it's a Division 1 team and we just smoked them, right? Like we should just get better at thinking, man, like that's how good we are, not like, man, that's how bad they are. Anyway, Moo Davis was elite defensively. Got to give a ton of credit to him. He's just rock solid. That's just how you describe him and his game. You can count on him being a very good defender and just making, kind of minimizing the mistakes. So I thought he did a great job tonight. AJ, as mentioned, Richard for 7 as he had that. As soon as he had a couple of easy ones, excuse me, and then that first 3, I was like, all right, it's back. He's back, and just kind of speaks to the level of preparation that he does on a daily basis, right? Like, the most elite guys just really, really aren't phased when they should be, right? Or when everybody else would be. He had a tough game against Clemson, but the beautiful thing that genuinely I love about Richie is that I know he doesn't care. He does not care that he didn't have a great shooting up, meaning he cares more that we won, right? Like, of course he cares, right? He works hard. He's elite at his craft. And so he cares enough for, a big bounce back game. But I know that he prioritizes that win over Clemson and getting it done, and Robert Wright having his moment. And, even on a microcosm level, like the very last play, like I'm sure he was stoked that he got to be the decoy. Like that's just who Richie is. And so I'm really excited. I'm really excited that he had a good night because I love the kid. I know how hard he works. It's nice to see him bounce back and shoot the ball really well. So yeah, his swagger is back. I already mentioned Kava, greatest BYU athlete ever. Yeah, maybe that's not true, but I just like saying it. Bench points, unbelievable. Kostic, excuse me, unlocked. I thought, fantastic game. Um, Fantastically boring, right? Like good for us. that we can say that and be in that kind of a position. We got a couple comments here. Michael Zimmerman, when BYU wins by a greater margin than the odds makers say they're supposed to win by, it is a dominant outing. Yeah, I would say so. Again, I think I spoke to this earlier. The line was like 35 or 34 and a half or 33 and a half, something in there. And the fact that we just blew that out of the water is obviously a good thing. So yes, it's a dominant outing, and it was a dominant outing. I feel like from start to finish, we just like kept applying pressure. It kept getting harder and harder for them and better for us. And that's when camaraderie builds. That's when momentum builds. That's when kind of what I've been talking about with start figuring out who is your core in these situations versus those situations. And it's also, again, going back to like, we don't have that many guys. So I think everybody's your core, right? Like with the injuries and kind of the ways that this roster is shaped up, different guys' timelines, you're gonna need everybody. And then we got Tim Headington 6920. Not gonna lie, I didn't know Richie had that one-handed tomahawk in him. Boys got some hops. Yes, it was a little soft. It was a little soft, but I'll give him a little bit more credit than it. I don't want to say soft, but I've seen him jump higher than that, so I'll just put it that way. Man, unless you guys have other comments, I think I'm gonna wrap up here. I've been freaking monologuing here for 22 minutes. There's a couple hundred people tuning in, which I greatly appreciate. I know it's not the most exciting. I know it's not the most exciting post game because you got, first of all, you're just talking to me. Second, oh, okay, here we go. Can you guys hear me? I said, and secondly, because the game was basically over in, I don't know, the first 10 minutes, right? But yeah, I love it. Love the way we're playing. I'm super excited. I'm trying to think when our next game is. Is it the 16th against, I think it is Pacific versus BYU. I think it's Pacific on Tuesday the 16th at 7 at the Marriott Center. I will be calling, I think, pregame with BYU TV and Mr. Jonathan Tavernari, and then I'll be here again postgame with TJ as usual. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here, and yeah, I'll see you guys Tuesday.